We're very happy to have you here. Thanks to the teachers, the principals who are here. I know some of you have written to us a long time ago. One teacher said, "My, you know how long I wrote this letter? 3 years ago." Well, we kept them. We didn't throw them out. And each year we do this presentation, and in a much smaller way. But this year we thought we would do it a little bigger. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that, just to let you know that we're going to be starting in another 5 minutes or so. So just allow the kids who are gone up to the restroom to come back down, and then we'll begin, okay? I especially want to welcome this morning Monique Todd. She's just coming in. Monique Todd is Vice President of Marketing, and so she's a person when I say we're going to give 113 computers, she says, okay. I don't tell her the cost. She says, okay. I also want to welcome a very good friend of Scotiabank, Carolyn Mafood. Carolyn is from Grace Kennedy Foundation. Now, Grace Foundation, Grace is just across the road, and just like Scotiabank, Grace is doing some wonderful things in Kingston, in the inner city, in education in particular. And we are hoping that going forward we can work together and do so much more for the schools. So we're really happy to have Grace here. And congratulations, you're 90 years old this year? Nice to have you around, Grace. And so, we have a lot of the schools here this morning. I can't go through them. Some I don't know if you have arrived, but don't worry. Basically, my introduction is to say that we are very pleased to be able to present these computers here today. This is the result of a partnership with Camara Foundation. They are the ones who've been communicating with you for the most part, and they will be setting up the computers in the schools. Mr. Carl Gaynor from Camara should be here any minute now, and he will tell you a little bit. There he is in his dark glasses and bright blue shirt. Welcome, Carl. Tell you a little bit about Camara. But Camara's allowed us to purchase so many more computers this year, and they also provide training to ensure that you know how to use the computers. And Carl will give you some details as to some of the programs that are on the computers. We are doing this year in a big way. As I said, 113 computers to 50 institutions, because we also want to celebrate Jamaica 50. Education has come a far way in our country. We still have a whole lot more to do, and we believe that with computers, that will enable us to go the distance. We would love all our institutions to be computerized, and on a day like this, National Reading Day, we think it is most fitting that we make the presentation of computers. What I do ask of you is that you take good care of them. I do ask that the rooms that you put them in, that the rooms are secure. It is very important. Unfortunately, there are those who love to take. And it is your responsibility to protect, to keep the equipment safe so that it will be available for your needs. I'm going to be calling impromptu on some of the teachers to tell us a little bit about your program or what you're going to be using your computers for. So don't feel shy about that at all. But before we get there, I just want to call on Mr. Gaynor from Camara just to tell you a little bit about what Camara Foundation is doing. They've been working with a number of schools and the Ministry of Education, providing computers all around and support, which is very important. So, Mr. Gaynor, give him a hand and welcome him.
Good morning, everyone. I'm caught a little by surprise because Mrs. Irving didn't advise me that I was going to be speaking, and so quickly. I'm a little late because somebody from the ministry just called me to email the minister some documentation about this function. He was supposed to be here. Right? Nevertheless, I am very pleased that we're having such a good turnout. I think most schools confirmed that they would be here, and I'm happy about that. So, firstly, I would like to thank Scotiabank, particularly Scotiabank Foundation, Mrs. Griffiths Irving, for recognizing the importance of placing technology into education. We all know the benefits of technology in education, yet we find it difficult to equip the schools with the necessary tools for them to do their jobs effectively. And so we're very happy that entities like Scotiabank see the need to place this number of computers into so many schools. And we're also happy that this project actually touches every single parish of this country, to the very rural schools that normally would not have benefited from such donations. Mrs. Irving really went out to seek out some of these schools that needed it most. Yeah. And I'm very pleased about that. A lot of the projects nowadays seem to focus on, urban schools, schools close to the main, schools that are, look very good in the media. But this project really went deep to find, and not only public schools. We actually did a few private schools, some prep schools. So the perception is that private schools don't really need the help, right? That they have sufficient support. But a lot of these private schools are struggling just as much as the public schools. And so this project went searching for schools that need help, schools that would benefit greatly from our computers. Now, I want to focus a little bit on the technology itself. Kamara is a non-profit, charitable, international organization. We were founded in Ireland in 2005, and since then we moved to Africa. We set up a lot of training centers in Africa. We're focusing on developing education in Africa. Since Africa, Kamara developed a training center in Jamaica. Jamaica is the first Western technology training center for Kamara. And we're very proud to be the first. And our mission here is to spread technology through communities that need it most. That's our mission. And we do it in a unique way. We acquire used technology, used computers. We modify them, we refurbish them, we transform them into educational equipment, right? So we remove all the unnecessary software that clogs up the computer, and we load them with e-learning material, e-learning content, e-learning software that will help teachers to teach more effectively. And not only do we put these technologies on the computers, the hardware themselves, we go in, which is mandatory for all schools. So all schools that are here, be prepared that we will be conducting training for your teachers. We come into each school and we conduct IT training for all teachers, teaching you how to use these unique technologies to teach regular classes, math, English, sciences, Spanish, French, whatever. These are the kinds of impact that Camara wants to make a difference in schools. Not only do we provide training, we provide technical support. So we want the schools to focus on teaching. Don't worry about the computer breaking down. Don't worry about trying to fix problems while class is going on. No, that is not your focus. We want to take on that. So we say to the schools, focus on what your core responsibilities are, and let us focus on the technology. Computer breaks, you call our call center, and we will schedule the repairs or the replacement of the unit, and we go in and we see it done. Right? And so we feel when everybody focuses on what they need to focus, Scotiabank focuses on finances, and they do it very well, right? Grace Kennedy, they focus, oh, you guys have a lot of focus. But each entity focuses on what they need to focus on, and you guys do it very well. We focus on education, the full scope of what education means, the technology, the training, the support, and we allow you guys to focus on teaching the future of Jamaica more effectively. All right? So, we're happy to be a part of this project. We realize that 50 schools, compared to all the schools in Jamaica, is really just a drop in the bucket. It's a start, and some of these schools will receive just 3 computers. But coming from 0, that's 300% of what you never had before. So we know that you guys will appreciate the computers. We will come in and train you on how to take care of the computers, what to do, what not to do, no eating, that sort of thing. So don't worry about that too much. And all of the teachers are fearful of technology. That's something that we recognize very frequently when we go into schools. You're not used to using technology except to write a lesson plan or a document. So this is a different kind of training that you will receive. You will receive hands-on training on how to use the computer to teach a math class. Eh? You will receive training on how to use a small number of computers to teach a large number of students, because that is resource management, and that kind of training is something you don't get normally. Right? Very unique training. So we know the schools will be impacted greatly on our services, and we want to encourage other entities to come on board, help Camara to spread the impact throughout Jamaica.